the next topic. So, name. Are you ready, sir? All right, we got to talk about the top topic of the night. So this is what Name had shared with us in the group. Final episode brings the curtain down on 50 years of Super Sentai series history. The final episode broadcast on the 8th, which is February 8th, also featured a special appearance by past Red Warriors from across generations. On the internet, messages of gratitude poured in one after another, such as goodbye, Sentai heroes, thank you. All right. And there's some spoilers. We won't read the article, but I mean, you're talking about the end of an era.
Name. You're talking about like the end of like a show that has evolved with television. Like the guy, like the video we was watching, he was showing clips from like the first one, Go Ranger. Like you can see like the stunt techniques, like the camera was like very different back then. Even like you can even say like the men and the women that were being cast. And then like you look to it nowadays, like there's more like CGI. There's more like I don't know how like genetics and like works, but I heard like people saying like people just like kind of look younger nowadays, even though like 20s and 30s. And so it's just like film and television history. Like I dropped something in the chat. This is like the visual that they had to commemorate like the finale. So
this here
is there any other show even quite like that? Because the only one I can even come close to thinking it was like a reboot would be like Doctor Who, right? From like the 60s, and it was just a continuation. But they had a 25 year gap hiatus, and then they rebooted it. But I think this one's been continuously running, hasn't it?
That's a good comparison. I've seen like a lot of fans liken this, like it's like Japanese Doctor Who, because like they have a minimal budget and they do the best they can with it, but like they like what really sells it is like the story, the actors, like just the setting and stuff. And you're right. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, like someone in the chat, but I think aside from like a short period from the first season, which was like 70 something episodes, to like the second season, this has been continually airing like every Sunday. Like it has not missed. Wow. Like it has not missed.
Could you imagine any show that you like right now running 70 episodes? Like we're lucky enough to get 8 to 12 if we're lucky now.
Yeah, but we had One Piece for however long.
Yeah,
but that's
No. I'm talking about like television. This is television. This isn't an anime. So like anime doing that is insane on its own. But 70. What, it's going on about 60, 70 years now. No, you said 50 years, I believe. Right?
Yeah, 50 years. It's 50 years. Yeah.
50 years on television.
So, and that they basically like plan this stuff out about what, years in advance, because by the time we had original Power Rangers, but by that time they had they were on Cops and Beast Patrol Troopers and all that and stuff in the Sentai series. They were way ahead of our stuff. By the time we got to like SPD here, they were on Pirates, Ninjas. They were already on that stuff. They had stuff basically planned out in advance, and they worked it out as they were already doing other stuff. So that's how that lasted for so long. They nurtured every single idea before they ever did anything with it.
Wait, Name just shared this, man. I gotta share this. Name, is this AI?
No, it is live action. That is crazy. So this is like I had another video and I lost it. But it should be in the chat if someone can find it. But this is the actual footage, and like there's some behind the scenes. These are all like suit actors. Like, and this is on location too.
But this is fucking awesome, man.
The story they would use for this is basically like some kind of time wormhole. The thing is, and I wouldn't be surprised on this, they made copies of every suit so that way if like the people in them got older, they could adjust, and then like years later they could set this scene up to where like, okay, we're going to end this in like one big battle like this. So this makes sense when you do it right.
Didn't the Power Rangers try to do something like this recently?
They tried to adapt this season, and it was really bad. Like they did not do it justice. Like
every
Niggas
time
have a
before.
call. They had the old Rangers back, like Jason.
But
was
yeah,
back.
It's
there's
like they're
also a
like
bunch
Avengers
of the
Endgame.
Rangers are dead.
Yeah, look,
Like, that's
there's
what I'm
common,
saying.
there's
Like,
the
it's impressive
OG
you have
Kamen
all
Rider.
these
There's the
people alive.
Yeah, because
They
the
have
thing.
the OG common writers in there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
thing-
yeah. You go back a bit, like there you can see the ones that Tojima looks up to. There was like V3. There's like the first two Kamen Riders. It's really cool stuff. Like, but sidetrack, like
sick,
you know,
Yeah,
I don't think like aside from like helmetless shots, I think these are all like just stunt actors. But this is
80.
crazy. I think the number of people was like 485 stunt actors, and like this is like all in a day's
That's
worth of shooting.
badass.
So, like,
Yeah, there you go. You're right. That's
It's
what's the name?
V3.
That's V3, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
V3
and then
and
there's what's his
Riderman.
name, Rider Man.
Yep.
Yep.
And oh yeah, Rider Man. You're right.
Now,
Yeah, and then like
Yo.
you guys just think
That's
about
bad.
like this, like a limited budget, and then you think about like how much money they put in Avengers Endgame, and like okay, like they had the actors in that shot, but like a lot of it was like CG, and like I'm pretty sure like some of the like the people in that were CG too. Like look at this, like this is like they're doing the best they can, and this is phenomenal.
this is because this is because the Japanese know exactly how to get the bang for the buck. They know what they're doing. They know how to get it, and they know how to do it right.
What are we looking at? Name. What do we got?
So this is an anime. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard of this one. And
It's so good.
They shot for shot recreated one of the roll call sequences from Super Sentai.
Wow.
Yeah, they own
Nice.
We
Sorry
moved
about
the tank.
That is
Oh, that was
so
awesome.
beautiful. That was so beautiful.
Nah, I think that's super cool. Like we were talking about like you pulled up the article like people tributing like Sentai. Like I was trying to like I didn't know we were going to stream or not that day, but like I was trying to like trying to catch the trend, and I missed it because I fell asleep. But even after like I woke up and like a few days after that, people were still like sending their tweets out like tributing the show. I'm seeing like so many actors that were on Sentai, like so many like directors, stunt like actors, and just like the fans getting impacted by it, and just seeing like how much of an impact it had. Like that was just one clip. Look, these are like this is the behind the scenes of the filming, so like you can just play it while we talk.
Yeah. Go
You
ahead.
can watch it. We can
Hey,
watch
name,
it, but-
name. Serious question, dude. How are your hands, man? Because, like, dude, are you just are you just grabbing the pans while they're hot?
Bro.
Because
Bro,
you're just
I
grabbing
have-
them and just lighting them up, dude.
Bro,
Like,
I've been,
are you
bro,
okay?
I'm just,
You okay over there?
I've just been like flicking a pen, pause while I do it. It's just like, it's just like a fidget, it's like a fidget spinner, but
guy-
like, just
The
speaking
guy
on like,
just cooks.
just cook. Let me cook, guys. But like, that voice actor that we showed, his name is like Seki Tomokazu. He's like one of the main examples of like how much overlap there is between like anime and like voice acting. So like, there's like a physical like filming section of like Super Sentai, with the acting stuff. But there's also like this is what Power Rangers do. There's also like after you do the filming, there's sessions where you have to do like ADR to dub over like the suit scenes, because like the grunts and all that, and like the stuff that the actors wouldn't be able to handle. So like the stunt actors would shoot the fight scene, and then like the actors would dub over it in the studio. And some actors like they love the dubbing process so much that they become voice actors.
This is so fucking cool. Let me just say, man, this is what I'm watching right now. It's so dope. Like they put this together and they got all of these actors out there to get this done, and they filmed it. This is so awesome, man.
Yeah, and
This
then
is-
like it's also
this is
like
what
we can
happens-
segue into like the AI conversation. Oh,
This
sorry.
is
go
what
ahead.
happens when you give the fans what they want.
Exactly.
You- That's all it is. It's
This is
like,
how
hey,
Avengers
look,
Doomsday should be looking.
It's like this exactly.
know?
It's like
This
I
is how
should not
Endgame
know
should've
who's
looked.
fighting who, but at the same time, I know they're all there. Damn it,
Brandon, weigh in, sir. What does this mean for like when you see 50 years culminating like this, and then it's over, it's gone? What does this mean overall, in your opinion, for the entire genre of anime and manga and everything that has been inspired by Super Sentai?
Well, all the stuff that's been inspired by it will live on, but this is not to be a downer, but it's a cautionary tale. Be careful who you partner with in America, because they will try to fuck you if you're not careful.
Oh yes. Read the fine print.
That's what's happened here. This is IP rights hell. It's the same problem that's happened with Macross.
485 actors and
Jesus
stutters?
Christ.
That's damn near 500 people. Jeez.
So, well, I mean, is that just on one side, or is that one one side versus the other? So there's 900, or is that in total?
That's all together. That's all together.
Okay. So that's 200. That's like 240 versus 240 or something.
That's still a lot of
crazy.
That's still a lot of Sentai.
That's a lot of cinematography going on there. That's insane.
I've been hearing that one of the reasons why Sentai it's harder to get over here in the States as opposed to like Kamen Rider is because like there's like some like funky clause that the Power Rangers written in that they got to go through like the Power Rangers like rights holders first before like they can get Sentai. So that's why we've never seen like an official like live like or Sentai like broadcast, or like they can't bring it over here as easily. Whereas like Kamen Rider, like just this year they've been simulcasting their current season in Japan and like across like certain like areas and countries like internationally. Whereas like Sentai, like the only place you can get is like I think someone said on Tubi, or like if they release like the Shout Factory like this, which I don't even know like what the situation with that is now. And even then, like the Shout Factory like this, they're so behind. It's like they're like a few like at least a decade behind. So like anything that comes out in the Shout Factory is like bro, it's like we've been known that if you sail the seven seas. But the producer of like Super Sentai, he said like one of the reasons that shut it down, like not like we can talk about like low toy sales, like all the rights and all that. They also cited the MCU as an example of like why they're shutting down, because and it's not like the MCU's fault, but they used the MCU as an example because you talk about like recognizable heroes like Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, one actor playing them, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. We cycle through several Spider-Man, but Tom Holland for the MCU. Whereas like Sentai, they keep cycling teams every year. There's no like the guy. Like they have several guys
right,
back.
right.
Never like it's never like there's only one Spider-Man, there's only one Captain America, there's only one Iron Man. So like the recognizability and like the like it's less consistent.
But wait,
Tokusatsu and he does toy reviews and stuff, and so Sentai like it's a finale, but in reality they're going on hiatus for now because like they said they need a creative refresh. So like they're putting this series called Gavin Infinity in place of it right now. They're like trying something new, and this guy's commenting on it. He said the real rival of Gavin Infinity and Project Red, which is like what the successor for Sentai, isn't Kamen Rider. It's the anime Demon Slayer. The fact that its rival is the most popular and best known anime in Japan right now honestly makes me even more worried about whether Gavin Infinity will succeed. So like that just shows like the growing strength of anime. Like you're competing for like two different markets. I lied. I have one more clip. So
no, you don't.
No.
You reached
your limit.
We're gonna segue. We're gonna use this as a segue. We're gonna use this as a segue to the next future topic. So the reason why I'm such a believer in live action anime,
it's his segment, and Name went absolutely. This is the last time we're gonna do this with Name.
Yes. This is. I am segueing into the next topic.
I talk over people.
You don't even know what the next. What is the next topic? Name?
Is it live action anime? Is it live action anime?
It is. All right.
Okay.
Here's Name.
Okay.
So, we're talking about live action anime about like My Hero, how the visuals gonna look. Look, if they get like this kind of direction, I think we're in good hands. Like Sentai to me, like I just view it as live action anime. Like they got some like goofy episodes. They have like some serious episodes. They got some like fight scenes. If it was like like this with a higher budget, with like whoever's like funding My Hero, like just let them cook, bro. Like you just need good direction.
You
and
know
it's a
what that,
5 minute.
you know what this fight scene reminds me of, or what it makes me think of, is when I was like 7, 8 years old, and I had two toys that didn't belong in the same universe, and I would fight them in my head, and like on a WWE or WWF wrestling arena, and I was like, let's just fight them together. But in my head, this is what I'm seeing. As a kid,
Yeah.
I'm just being like, oh man, yeah, he's throwing the power over here. Like, this is the visuals that I'm saying. It's like, yeah, there's a power coming out of that.
Back to childhood, huh?
Exactly. This is my childhood, like fighting random action figures that I had at the time. Like, this is what this reminds me of.
That's where the idea of
all right, wait.
Who could beat who in a death match came from.
What was it Name was saying? I got to hear what Name was saying about all of this.
I look like I have hope for live action anime. Like, if you get like a director that can do stuff like this, like, look at that. Like, it's like a limited budget, and you know that it is, but like the My Hero like live action, it assumedly has like a higher budget than this, and all it takes is good direction. Like, live action anime, like we were talking about it in our like little private chat. You just need the right director, and I think you should, because like you just ask one of these Sentai guys to like go direct your show, because like they have phenomenal like stunt choreography, like 50 years worth. But sorry, Stacy.
No, I was crap. I forgot what I was going to say. I just had it in the back of my head. But as far as live action anime, yeah, I got to go with you, Name. If like you got a director behind this, then the sky's the limit. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, you're not going to be able to go too far with that.
Damn, this shit is hype, man. I love that move right there.
Like, what the
like,
hell?
damn, like this dude's playing paddleball with the monster. Like, what the?
It's
like,
this is pretty gangster. I mean, it's like a live action cutscenes. Like, cutscenes from a video game where all of a sudden just shit flashes and you got to hit the button just right. But it's live action. This actually looks pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, back to what Cyfax was talking about when he's like, you took two toys that really didn't belong in either universe and you just fought them. I was like, that's where the beginning of who would win in a death match came from. That was basically what started all that crap.
Well, that's what like most of these Power Rangers fights are. It's like, what's a random toy you got, and let's have them fight. And they're like, we just got to change it a little bit.
Bro,
yeah. Like, what do you think their monsters are?
That's a funny story, Cyfax. So like this season, which is like being showed right now.
It's not a story.
Like,
that's just life. That was life for a lot of us.
all they did, like pretty much like this was the final season, and all they did like every episode, like they would have some like story arcs and shit, but like most of the episodes they'd just be fucking around, leaving random shit. Like it's like literally like you were playing with your toys. Like every episode you watch, like they would just be doing something random. It's like it was crazy, like to watch every week.